This city is called Olympia Fields, and it is an all-black United States city. It is located about 30 minutes south of Chicago. I know I have shown this city in other videos, but I have new subscribers, and they might not have watched my other videos. Before I show the video clips, I want to say a few things and tell a few stories. I am almost 60 years old. So, everything I am going to talk about in this video is from my experiences with the older women in my family, old female friends I have known for over 40 years, and from some of the women my male friends or I have dated. Some of the places I thought would not be influenced by feminism, such as Argentina, Chile and the Dominican Republic, subscribers informed me I was wrong. Plus, places I thought would have a lot of feminists, such as France and Germany, I discovered I might be wrong about these places as well. Most women are in their prime between the ages of 18 to 27. And during this time, they can treat men like shit. However, what they do not realize is that nature gives women this ability so that they can lock down a man, get married and have children while their body is in its best shape to achieve these outcomes. Thus, all of it is really biological. Feminism is really teaching women to ignore a woman's and a man's biology. Most men can be alone. However, most women need to be with someone. When I was in my early 20s, I was lonely and wanted a girlfriend. However, now I understand that this was biology telling me to get coupled up and start having children. The older I got, the less lonely I felt. I have not felt lonely since I was in my mid-20s. However, for most women, if they are not coupled up, if they do not have a boyfriend, then after they turn 30, they feel very lonely. Women over 30 will tell you that they are not lonely, they are happy and they do not need a man. However, I notice when they talk to their female friends who are married, and these married females tell them about some of the good stuff going on in their marriage. These older feminists' facial expressions and body language range from sad, to envy, to jealousy to depression. Thus, all these older feminists might have said that they do not need a man, they are happy being single, they never wanted children or a family, is a complete and total lie. Thus, all of these older feminists are very lonely. All of this is why Mr. Kevin Samuels kept telling them to buy a dog and die alone. Now I will tell you stories about how truly crazy these types of women can be. Last I will show some video clips to help tie it all together. Eva. Back in the 1980s, I dated or was in a relationship with a girl named Eva. One day I got sick and Eva made me a home remedy. Yet, I could see from her facial expression and body language that she believed she had done something wrong. So doing anything for a man is wrong. So taking care of a man is wrong. Therefore, cooking and cleaning for your man is wrong. Eva also believed that she was smarter than me. Yet I kept proving to her that she was not. I am almost 60 years old. So, from my experiences with the older women in my family, old female friends, and from some of the women I have dated, feminists are some of the dumbest people. They think only up to the point that they like or makes them feel good. They never do a complete analysis of the situation. They go by what feels right. They go by their feelings. They live in a fantasy world. And any man that questions their fantasy world is evil and hates women. Anyway, Eva's mother was telling Eva and her sisters that when a man is young, he needs to be in a serious relationship. However, women should not be in a serious relationship until after they turn 27 years old. In other words, when their beauty starts to go and they have to compete with younger women. So, who are men supposed to be in a relationship with? That was some of the dumbest shit I have ever heard. Obviously Eva and her sisters never got married. No man can deal with shit like this. No man can deal with this type of mindset. Now most men will say that they will never marry an ex-adult film actress. However, after being in a relationship with Eva, after being in a relationship with a young feminist, they make a disease, drug-addicted, street prostitute look desirable. Especially if the ex-adult film actress is nice, considerate, caring and understanding. Phil and Janet. I knew a white guy named Phil. He dated a black girl named Janet. At the age of 22, Janet was still a virgin. When Janet was young, her father got a job in Alaska. So, he moved the family to where he could make a good living. However, in the 1970s, Alaska had very few if any black people. Janet said that one day she woke up in the morning and her mother was gone. Her mother left no note, no word and no warning. Nothing. About a week later, they got a letter from her mother requesting a divorce. Her mother had moved to Atlanta. About 1 year after the divorce, her father married a white woman. When Janet was 13, she went and lived with her mother in Atlanta. Her mother never remarried. Her mother never found another man. Janet's mother informed Janet that all black men are no good and cannot be trusted. Yet, Janet said that her father was never abusive to her mother and had been happily married to the white woman since the divorce. Plus, it was her mother that left without a word and no warning. Janet's mother also informed Janet that being in a relationship with someone outside your race or being gay is a sin or wrong. I think this had a lot to do with her father marrying a white woman. So, if black men are no good, and dating any other race or being with a woman is wrong, then who can Janet be with? Who can Janet marry? Phil and Janet dated for about 6 months. Phil said that he could not take it anymore, so he broke off the relationship. At least with Eva, I was getting some sex. But remember, Janet was a virgin. Janet was still a virgin when Phil ended the relationship. Phil was a good-looking, tall white man, so he could easily get women. So 3 days after he broke up with Janet, he made up for lost time. Phil went to law school and became a lawyer. Jane and Mike. Back in the 1970s, 1980s and 1990s, black women would become upset or angry if they saw a black man with a white woman. Black women would say that black men are going after women outside their race because they have a problem with black women. That black men cannot handle a strong and independent woman. That black men are dating white women as a status symbol. All of which was not true. However, I discovered that what these women are saying about black men is really about themselves. In other words, why these black women would date or get into a relationship with a white man. Thus, these black women have a problem with black men, and they want to date a white man as a status symbol. Mr. Kevin Samuels would tell black women that white women are no longer your biggest competition. Since it is now no big deal to date or be in a relationship with someone outside your race in the United States, white women, Latin women and Asian women are coming after your black men. Plus, since black men now have some money, they can now get a passport and marry women in other countries. Back in the 1980s, there was a black girl named Jane. Jane was not her real name, but the translation software I use has difficulty with her name. Jane was in a relationship with a black man named Mike. Mike was on the college football team. Mike got injured, so he had to take a year off from playing football. This is when Jane broke up with Mike and started dating other men. However, Jane knew that no other black girl on campus would date Mike while she was doing her thing. She also believed she could get Mike back when she wanted him. The sisterhood bond with black women is strong. I think Jane calculated that if Mike did not make it to the pros, she needed to find a rich man. Jane set me up with one of her friends and we went on a double date. And this is when I learned that Jane was only interested in men with money. However, what Jane never considered was the white girls on campus. The white girls on campus knew Mike was on the football team and that he was good to Jane. So when the white girls on campus discovered that Mike and Jane were no longer together, they came after Mike hard. They treated Mike better than Jane ever did. They took good care of Mike, and helped him recover from his injuries. The following year Mike was good again. So he started playing football and made one of these white girls his girlfriend. During this time, Jane kept asking us black men on campus, why do black men date white girls? Jane never believed that Mike would date outside his race. Mike got drafted to the pros and married the white girl. You black women treat black men like shit and expect us to stay around. I know that Latin and white men go through the same shit with their women. These women never consider that the next girl that comes along might not be prettier than you. But she treats us better than you. So therefore, she is a 10 and you are now a 1. Some say that women think with their feelings and argue with their emotions. This is completely incorrect. These women think they are smarter than everyone else, or everyone else is dumb. They believe using manipulation tactics will work on most people. All this shows is that they are dumb as hell and stupid as shit.
What kind of man are you looking for?
Wait,
how old is your daughter?
She's 9 months.
So where's her father? What's going on with you guys?
He's in the hospital, so yeah, he's very ill, so I'm looking for like a stepfather.
Wait, so you broke up with him while he's in the hospital?
No, I didn't break up with him.
Were y'all not together when he went to the hospital?
Yeah, we're still together.
Wait, okay.
I'm looking for like just in case. A stepfather just in case.
Just in case if he passes away?
Right.
Are you serious?
Yes, Kendra. You have to have one in the chamber, Kendra. Come on now.
Shouldn't you be waiting to see, like, is it not looking good?
It's not looking good.
Well, I hope your husband survives, and I hope
True.
and then I hope he divorces your ass, because I hope he survives and then leaves you, because any wife of his that's looking for the guy while he's still in the hospital is
I'm a really good wife to him, though.
You're a really good wife as you're looking for a person while he's still in the hospital bed. This is crazy.
I'll be 41 next week, and yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna really tell you this shit. So after the age of basically like 32, that is when you're just gonna date people that are coming off of divorce, because they got married at like 25, 27. After 32, pretty much everybody has kids. Everybody's been divorced. You're gonna go through a dry spell for like 5 to 10 years where it's just, you're literally waiting for people to fucking get divorced. That's it. That's what you're waiting for. You're like, oh, that guy, I like him. In 3 years, he'll be divorced. So that's all you gotta do. You just gotta wait till you hit 40. But then they're all fucked up.
So concerned when they find out that I'm single. One little girl, she found out that I'm not married and said, oh, I can introduce you to my bus driver. I mean, at first I was like, no thanks, but then I thought about it, and it's like, well, I mean, he has a job and a driver's license. Guess it wouldn't hurt.
Tonight, I hung out with friends and I had a great time, and then I was driving home and I started feeling this like wave of depression and anxiety, and I wasn't really sure what it was related to or where it was stemming from. And then I got home and I felt like just so sad and lonely, and I walked into my empty apartment and I thought, God, I wish that I had someone who could just hold me right now. Like, I wish that I had someone who could just take care of me, because I have to take care of myself every single day, and it's fucking exhausting.
As much as I want to fight it and act like it doesn't get to me, that I'm 35 and I'm single and I don't have any prospects right now, isn't going to change what I really feel. It's hard. And even though it can be so overwhelming and sometimes embarrassing to not be where I thought I was going to be,
Really heartwarming just to know that a lot of us are in the same boat and feel the same way. It was just really unexpected to get into your late 20s, 30s, 40s, and feel just really isolated and like you lose all your friends if you are single and childless. I know I was completely blown away at how kind of quickly life shifted. And it's been really hard to adjust. Just like new moms have to adjust to mom life, you have to adjust to not mom life once you get to a certain age and everyone around you is doing it. And also that people don't understand that doing every single thing alone can be really difficult, like really fucking hard. Cooking dinner alone every single night just for yourself is kind of hard. It's kind of disheartening, even if you like being alone. Going on vacation alone, trying to buy a house alone, going on a walk alone, all of these things is like, it's just sad.
I was talking to a friend about how I don't understand how single people do it. Like, I'm talking about single, no kids, just by themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I'm single, but I got kids. So when they're around, they distract me. So when the kids go visit their father, it gets real quiet in the house and it gets real noisy in my head and the loneliness sets in and I don't know what to do with myself. Like, I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Thank God I have children, because I'd make some poor ass decisions. I'm lonely as fuck. Anybody else relate? Can you tell me what you do to cope with this problem? Because there are no options in sight. Looks like this single situation is gonna be here for a while.
You know, most days
I'm okay being single. I'm okay where I'm at. But then other days, like today, it's hard. It's really hard being alone, doing everything alone, going through the day alone, going through the week alone. You go through the work day and you go home and you're alone. Like, you have nobody to see. So on a night like tonight, I've had a long week of work, and I would love to walk around the corner and go to Mi Cocina and have a margarita. But I don't really want to do that alone. It's kind of intimidating, and it's not my personality. So my options are now go upstairs and watch TV and eat a salad and drink wine by myself, or go to the restaurant, hope there's a seat at the bar, and sit by myself. Both of those things are kind of depressing. I didn't feel this way in my 20s, because in my 20s, I kept telling myself, I'm waiting for the right person. It's going to be worth the wait. But now that I'm in my 30s, I'm like, is it going to happen for me? Or is this just going to be the rest of my life?